Hey, Dame. Would you like some more nuclear-tipped shells? Because here they are, and they're ripping down our shields. Enjoy!
Bum, bum, bum. Hello, Master Scarlet. Final is sounding much better. How are you feeling, Final?
Like our shield's about to go down.
It is looking like it.
Our shields are about to fail again.
It is looking like it. I'm still slowly, I don't know if it's my computer, if it's the server.
It's probably still streaming some of the set
This
assets.
is bad. Okay, I'm not gonna touch the doors, because I will. Oh, wow. I'm gonna get out of the way so you can go.
Yeah, so I can get upstairs.
I'm gonna be there in a while.
If your frame rate is still killing you, try restarting Space Engineers.
Restarting Space Engineers, not just F5?
Not just F5, try restarting Space Engineers. I noticed that first time running Space Engineers is always heavier than the second time starting Space Engineers.
Okay.
It's a weird thing.
Off to a good start.
Yeah, we are getting hit. The shield's almost down.
Good. Oh, shield is overloaded.
Shield is overloaded.
Okay, so I have to completely exit out.
Yeah, completely exit that. Our wind turbine
We'll
turret.
start right away with the Be Right Back.
Yeah. Our wind turbine towers are currently getting blasted.
Okay. That's good.
Mhm.
That's good.
We just lost 4 turbines.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
no.
Yep. It's going super well.
Well, thanks, Helios. It's nice. It's nice to see you all. You installed the porch windows and chopped lots of firewood today? That is super productive, Alien.
Well done, Alien.
I made breakfast.
This is all. See, all of that effort is for Bucket's ladyship.
Right.
You
The
don't know?
joke that you won't let go.
No. Yeah. Exactly. How did you know that it's not true? Let's chat.
Okay, let's go.
Low
Will it
velocity or
find
medium?
Space Engineers? There it was. And
It's
thank
high
you so
velocity.
much, Challenge. Thank you for your resubscription. Here, let me replay that.
Bucket is a single.
There we go. Welcome, welcome. How are you today? Right, we're back. We're feeling better. We almost sound not congested.
Almost.
Almost. We're still a little bit congested. We have cough drops
Yes. So
to
many.
use for streaming. So we hopefully won't cough too much.
Hopefully. Force reload. But it should be medium velocity.
Glad to hear you're doing well, Challenge. Yes, the COVID is being conquered. We're getting there. I'm just surprised by how slow it's been to get over COVID. Like, it just hangs around.
Yes.
Every day you're just like, well, I still feel like garbage, but like slightly less than
Yes.
the day before.
Yes.
Just like, oh, the brain fog and the fatigue is what's really getting me.
Right.
Taste and smell, Mr. Tin Man. I can still kind of smell and kind of taste. I never really lost it. Just like, you know, when you have the regular flu or a cold and you get sort of congested. That's sort of where I'm at, but I can still smell things if I put them like close to my face.
It's got no job.
Oh, this
going on
is
here,
really
Pam?
slow.
You still having frame rate issues over there?
Yeah. Let's see. Let's wait to see if I can get up there, if it smooths out. It's hard to know because we don't want to start the server ahead of time and test all of this stuff out. Because once we start it, the attacks start happening. And we know that y'all want to watch the attacks. So it's really hard to be able to test this beforehand. That pretty bad, Jones. Yeah, this is why you use alcohol on a regular basis, freaky. See, we had a drink on Friday, and I feel like that made me feel worse. It was not a lot of drinking either. It was like a drink. Lucky. Yeah, I can imagine losing your taste and smell with COVID is really awful. Have to disinfect from the inside out. Yeah, that's an option. Oh, this is interesting.
Hang on.
Your PC is just in dire need of a replacement. See, that's not true. We replaced a ton of stuff this year.
Yeah, that's not it. Something else is wrong.
A decent machine now. It wasn't before. I've made it up the stairs. Obviously, it made you feel worse. You forgot to keep up training. Oh, you're over here. Hi. Final's over here doing some adjustments. Freaky apparently is actively giving you a get out of jail free card for upgrading your PC Final. Because it's true, our system of upgrades is to upgrade Final's PC and then I get the hand-me-downs. Yeah, that's fair, Freaky. We were just supposed to keep drinking the entire time we were sick and then that would have been fine. Hey, Winter, welcome. How are you doing today? Am I gonna get shot? Perhaps. We're setting some processor affinity. Got the task manager open. Seeing anything? Right to talk on my microphone? Alright, so we're restarting. Clearly Final's fault yesterday, right? Did everyone have fun with Stellaris yesterday? Right after you ended your computer, turned itself off during it. You had fun, Jared? 2 successful words? Alien enjoyed that his empire attacked Jared. Good. But it didn't. Ah, okay. So Jared was not killed, but at least was attacked. Start. Got the mid-game crisis and it was really easy. Well, I suppose that's a good thing. It did look like they have fun. I agree. Yes. Andrew says it was more Jared trying to eat your empire. It's Alien. We had to yell at him, telling him to spit it out. Oh, Jared has more plans. Of course. Well, we have a fairly classic Paradiso start, in which it doesn't work. Oh, there we go, Alien. One day you'll be able to return and properly govern your empire into war with Jared. No kidding, Scarlet. So it begins, Paradiso Season 4. Well, we're almost out of this version of Paradiso, because then we'll have server Paradiso. Probably going to get the all crisis coming soon. Well, that sounds exciting. An all crisis. No kidding, Helios. Jared is evolving. The evil Jared. We have been promised Season 4 as the server. That's the plan. And apparently, Final has been able to get some of the things set up that he's looking for the server, because we had to stop testing for a while because he needed some other things set up. But the ducks are slowly getting in a row. So we are working on getting the server going. It's just taken longer. Next turn you may change things around, Jared, so you are not allies with everyone. You tried to turn people into food, but it failed. Okay, well, that's probably for the best. True challenge. We did have COVID. Still do, I think. But some of the stuff is set up, like Final had to do a lot of emailing back and forth with people. So that's another fun part of it, is the administration. Final's here. Final's standing at my computer. Doesn't want to say anything though. He's trying to fix my space engineers. Thought Season 4 was a Valheim server. Alien, we do want to get a Valheim server. At least I want to have one. No clang, no super aggressive and constant attacks. What could be closer to paradise than making the bees happy? Love making the bees happy. Paradise until all the goblins come. Yeah. Yeah. Can I switch it over? Not yet. Okay. While Jared is evil, he's still an almost one-rounded another player in D&D. Oh my gosh. That's interesting. You get different Jareds per game. Yes, we could build a fortress. We could have some kind of group castle for Valheim. He's waiting for the squats. I have the workouts. I think Final also has workouts disabled for the moment while we're still a bit sick. So I'll probably turn them back on next week. So you can just save up your channel points right now, and you'll have lots of them to spend when the workouts come back. Except for Jared. Jared will not spend the channel points. Everything almost one-rounded you, Jared. Can I move around a little bit and see? Arguably worse. Okay. Let's check out the arguably worse. Oh, yeah.
Restart the server.
Restart the server. Be completely clear, Challenge, you were the one who did that to Jared and made him fear players who know how to make power build characters. Well, there we are. You have to get to the 500,000 mark for channel points. $390,000. Wow. Bubbly Bill, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for following. How are you doing today? I hope you're enjoying Space Engineers Troubleshooting. 240,000 points on this channel, because Jared's watched basically every stream that I have ever streamed. Can I rejoin? You want to get 1 million from the two of you combined? I mean, that is very freaky. There is no difference between 0 and 390K because you're not spending them, but he is collecting them. And people enjoy collections, you know? That's the activity. It was a cleric that could make a maxed health barbarian go from brink of death to full in one turn, but also meant that if he turned combative, it was scary. Yeah, it sounds like it. No server. Lovely, Bill. You spend a lot of time troubleshooting space engineers. You had to give it a follow-up. We have to restart the server. Well, I appreciate that. It is common practice amongst space engineers players. Well, we have Final to do all the troubleshooting. And me to do all the talking. That's the division of labor here on the stream.
Server's back up. I'm loading in now.
Alrighty. Perhaps we'll get a free trivia question out of this while we wait. Let's see. There's some information about Paradiso. Thank you, challenge. Oh, here we go. The trivia question, that the section I flipped to, is vegetarian options. Let's see. Question: which meat substitute is made from vital wheat gluten? Which meat substitute is made from vital wheat gluten?
Beer.
Beer. Your favorite vegetarian meal. Yeah. Joining up. I mean, honestly, just chilling, having my cup of tea. It's a good time.
Okay, I'm loading in.
Awesome.
I'm not the one who usually has problems, though.
No. We'll see. Mock duck, says Sheree. Tofu says challenge. Winter says WTF, tofu is soybeans. There's like... I don't remember the name of it. That's the problem. I've had it before. I don't remember what it's called. Let me find the answer. 508, quiz 330. Which meat substitute is made from vital wheat gluten? Book says the answer is, is it seitan? S-E-I-T-A-N. Seitan. Seitan? Seitan?
Yeah.
I don't know. S-E-I-T-A-N. Good thing we all know a lot about vegetarian cuisine.
Yes, so much.
You okay there, Final?
I'm just trying to figure out why you're having performance issues when there's no reason for them. The only other thing I can think of is that you might be having a graphics bottleneck issue, but that's not been consistent.
We're a lot smoother. A lot smoother.
What's your frame rate say on the top left?
Which one do you want me to read?
It's FPS is frame rate.
59.
It's staying at 59?
It's going up to 60.
Good.
Do you want me to leave that on screen for you?
Nope, I can't read it from here. So
Okay, which button do I press to get rid of it?
Shift F11.
Thank you.
Seems to be working better now.
Okay, so I gotta deal with the wind turbine towers is what I
would just cut them in half. Because
Yeah.
half the problem is the base is firing through them.
Okay. That is fine. My emergency turbines there. Very dark. Okay, we'll climb up this one and... So then you want me to remove the defense towers, sort of, on top of them?
You can put the turrets further down, but that's what's getting hit.
Okay. Understood. Just build them underground. We're not allowed to cheat. Not that it's cheating, but in Final's book it's cheating, so...
Cheating.
Ah! Wow, I only lost 3 health on that. Am I fine in solo Space Engineers? I don't play a lot of solo Space Engineers.
She loves the game so much that she just can't take herself away from it.
That's true. I am such a fan, oh my gosh, of Space Engineers.
There we go. Alright, let's get out of here.
Okay, I have to cut it there. Or I can get
Downstairs.
some concrete.
Run downstairs, go get the miners working again. All of the
This is
miners
poking fun.
are broken.
Bill, for the new follower, what's the plot here? Well, Challenge has given some of the combat phase is now active. What is combat phase?
I don't know.
There is a oh no! What did you do? What did you do? Uh-oh.
Sorry, what?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Not good. It's not good. It's not gonna be okay. The plot is thin on Paradiso, so we're on the 3rd iteration of Paradiso.
Yes.
The goal is to get to space, because Paradiso is somewhere out there.
What's a Furbalum EC2 strike craft?
What did you do to us?
I don't know. I just know that we keep trying to shoot it and we're not hitting it. Whoa! Yee. There's a light cruiser. Oh, there goes that miner. Okay.
Oh my goodness. No, so we're on a very modded Space Engineers world. There's like 60 something mods. And thin plot is to get to space. We get attacked a lot. There are reavers and various other things that are trying to kill us. So it is nearly impossible to make
Pretty
any
interesting.
progress.
Define interesting. Oh god, we're all gonna die?
Aha! Saved the miner.
You saved it?
Yeah, I just pulled off a pro move.
Wow, you're
Wow.
super pro.
I'm so.
Oh,
Okay.
no,
Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. Run away.
Oh, thank you, Helios, for the reaver screams.
Okay.
What is going on?
There's a lot of fire being taken. Oh, I'm going the wrong way, I think. Can I save the miner? Can I save the miner?
You know we can just print more. Yes, exactly, Bill. Just sit back, make some popcorn.
Where's the base? The base?
Oh, okay, I have fallen. Yes, the plot, they had a difficult save, but Final, who is the other voice over there, that's challenge is spammed. He spammed again.
That's a lot of... That's... Yeah, okay.
We need more, we need more, I don't know.
It's not going well, team.
Sanity?
Well... That one's definitely down.
I don't know how much of this to slice off.
Yeah, there's nothing left of this one.
Of which? The miner?
Yep. That miner's toast. Is that the shield? Yeah, that's the shield. Hi, Lucas.
Hey, Lucas, welcome. How are you today?
So far, your combat phase is working.
What? Okay, what is it? What is combat phase?
I don't know. What is it? I don't know.
It's not good. That's what I've learned.
So I made it back with a third of a miner.
I do love how much you try to save them. Oh, shooting a laser beam.
It's a railgun, actually.
Whatever.
Gosh.
God. You think I know the difference?
Expect you. How many hours do you have in this game? I expect you to know the difference by now.
Let me look. 835.9 hours.
Hello, Tips to Tips. How you doing?
Welcome, welcome.
Great rubble.
It's a new system that alternates spawns, Lucas, so instead of being completely random, you're likely to get more passive spawns most of the time, and then the more aggressive spawns during the combat phase. Okay. Okay.
It's
All right.
configurable too, so you
Thank
could just
you.
have combat phase all of the time
No.
as the railgun fires.
Respectfully, no.
You crash everything you build. Tips to Tips. Yeah, that sounds about right. We do the same thing. I think that's the rite of
Yeah.
passage of anything in Space Engineers.
Yes, I guess the other plot point of Paradiso is to cause great pain to me.
We have to
Specifically.
find Paradiso.
Is to make me jump at all of the scary noises and all
Dre
of the
also
spiders.
would like to point out that you want spiders all the time.
No, I do not.
She does. She
No.
loves them.
Nope.
She thinks they're the best thing ever. She would like a little collection of pet
Actually,
spiders.
no. No.
I'm gonna petition JTurp to make it so that you can have like 30 little spiders following you around constantly.
No. It sounds awful.
What am I looking for? Projector.
Yes. There's a good YouTube short from one of the Paradisos where we're being attacked by things that Final had set up that I was unaware of, and I was not having a good time.
No, she had a really great time.
It was brutal.
She loved it. ATMS 4-1, is that the one I want? I think so.
Oh my goodness. I have almost 2 times. Oh, no. Ghost breathing. Thank you, challenge. Thank you so much.
You're not excited about that?
No.
That didn't seem very genuine.
Oh my gosh. I'm not happy about it.
Dre would like the next planet iteration
Combat
to be...
phase ships spawned are from the you're gonna die list, and non-combat phase you get the we are cargo ships, but we'll kill you. That's probably right. That's probably right. And Isaac, is that how I pronounce that? Hello, welcome. How are you today? No, alien. I do not want a spider colony. Please, no. No.
Dre's already figured out the plot to the next version of Paradiso.
No.
No?
I mean, that would be hilarious, but no, I do not want a reenactment of Starship Troopers.
Skoka's actually seen Starship Troopers. She had not seen it before she met me, and then she
No.
realized, oh no.
Oh no. You've watched it so many times. And hello, Picklebeard. The YouTube short. Final's masterpiece. Because he sets these things up that I don't know about, and then he just waits for me to find them.
I am a very patient human.
As am I. We have to outpatient each other. That's the problem.
I have begun printing another miner
Okay.
because
Brilliant.
we lost one and it's going super well.
Yeah, we're having a grand old time.
Mm-hmm.
Love this for us. My
It's going
energy
super
is
well.
getting low.
Let me see. How have the refineries picked up the uranium? I hope so. Yes, there's magnesium and uranium being refined. We have
We
16
will have
refineries.
ammo.
We have 16 refineries, and we do not have enough uranium and magnesium.
All right, it's a sign I need to go charge. It's fallen again.
Well, not 16. We have 8. We have the equivalent of 16 refineries.
So you're lying.
I'm not lying. Oh, that's probably... You might have both streams open. Tips to tips.
Try muting one of us.
Yeah. You'll have to pick one, unfortunately.
Pick one.
I'd my kingdom for a sweep. Like... all of these stones...
Charging.
All of these stones are stuck on top of this collector, and they're not going in.
How is the COVID going, Picklebeard? It's going. And thank you. We are feeling better. Slowly.
6.
We sound a little bit congested still, but
7.
much better. Thank you. You know that Final does challenge, but do you play much games outside of streaming, Skoka? Not really. Not really.
It's sacrilege. I know. I've tried my best.
Sometimes. We might tomorrow, actually, because it's Thanksgiving.
Oh yeah, what would you like to play tomorrow?
But we can't Thanksgiving because of COVID, so...
See how she dodged that question, team?
I was thinking warships because I'm supposed to get more from a different line of ships. I was thinking we could play warships tomorrow.
We could do that. Play Stellaris.
Fun.
See, Skoka's excited about Stellaris.
Oh, so fun. Wow.
We could play... I could find that old Starship Troopers game.
Starship Troopers.
Skoka's excited about Starship Troopers.
I liked playing Dinkum.
Yeah, see?
I was happy about that one.
Yeah, you would be excited about that. Well, this coming Wednesday is Dinkum.
It is. You have to get the recording up on the other one.
Yeah, I'm thinking about saving it. I might edit them.
Whoa. Look at you getting so fancy with the YouTubing.
I don't know about that. I don't know if I'm that fancy. Okay. Are we gonna go here so that I can disconnect this ship or what? Job done. Yeah, right.
It's true, Jared. We have been searching for years to find Paradiso. Actual years now.
Literal years.
Yeah. We had our most successful version was the one where Final accidentally deleted the save. We were doing the best at that one.
We were. I took that to mean we were taking it too easy.
It was... Yeah, we don't play an easy version of Space Engineers, is what I'm told. I don't really know, because the only Space Engineers I play is the ones that Final has set up for the most part.
Well, let's put it this way. What was your definition of how hard did you think Sonora was?
Not very.
So for those of you who played on Sonora, there's your answer.
And I'm not good either. That's I'm not good at Space Engineers. I have a number of hours in it, but I do not consider myself proficient by any means. But I was not stymied by the difficulty of Sonora. It was fine.
There's more than a few people in chat who've played on Sonora, too.
Monday Paradiso, Scarlet. Oh, I need more interior plates. Okay, I need to get to the top of this and slice it down. You're down for Warships, Picklebeard? We'll see. I don't think we're gonna stream anything tomorrow, but probably play. I can cross-stitch during Stellaris. That is what I did. Well, I did some reading yesterday during Stellaris because we have a new book club book.
Welder pits, turn off the rotisserie.
Book club is in the Discord, but I was doing some reading for the book club. You've almost been here a year at this point, Alien. Wow. Time flies. That's true, Scarlet. Paradiso isn't a place, it's a people.
It's true.
After 5,000 plus hours, you still forget to put gyros on ships you're building, Bill? There we go. So it's all of us. We've all struggled with space engineers. Soon reinforcements from the Kanuki Imperium will come to the aid of their leaders in an attempt to speed up the search. Yes, it's true challenge. The problem, however, is that the planet they are currently on has a ton of interference. On the surface, they must build a ship and exit the atmosphere. Correct. The shipbuilding is currently unsuccessful.
It's true.
We'll just take the express fall down.
Candor says, incidentally, this is how Final ends up in charge in turn, Victor. Shadowy Council meeting. Gentlemen, we're here to appoint a leader for the global resistance. I don't know who we could find who could put up with being blown up repeatedly by aliens. We have a challenge before us. Other councilman clears his vote. Mr. Chairman, I may know a person.
Felix getting beaten up a lot.
Yeah, that's how we roll.
I thought I had more than one turbine tower on this side. I guess not. I guess I should build another one, because now I've had to cut down a bunch.
Yeah.
Okay.
You could also build some... Well, maybe don't build that. I was going to say build some on top of the reactors, but that's probably a bad idea. They're outside of the shield, too.
Well, we're excited to have y'all when the server finally gets up and going. It's true, Candor. The real Paradiso is the friends we made along the way. Because it's true. We like hanging out with y'all. I think, challenge between you and Jared, you have made the plot for Paradiso.
Yes.
Jared is the one who wrote the plot for Paradiso. Candor agrees Sonora was not hard. Listening to people complaining about Sonora being hard was hard.
Yes.
I will not say anything. I will say no things. Except that in my experience, it was not difficult. And I'm an interesting measure for success, because I'm not good at space engineers.
Skoko is most pleased with the fact that she had a jetpack.
Oh my goodness. If you have a jetpack, space engineers is so easy. I didn't think I would ever agree with Final on this point, but here we are. So we had a jetpack, and I just never used it because I'm so used to not using a jetpack.
Yup.
Final is so proud about that. He's like, look at how good she's gotten at not using a jetpack, everybody.
No.
So proud. They grow up so fast.
Alien has many questions.
Yeah, challenge. You can totally put that in the Discord for us. The one that's at the !Paradiso in Twitch, we did have to shorten because of the character limit, but Jared had like written a much larger paragraph. Well, you're welcome to share it in the Discord if you would like.
So to answer Alien's questions, the server would be up 24/7. Would it be one company or lots of small charter companies? I'm on the fence. I'm inclined to think that charter companies and stuff like that is more than fine. And
I need a little bit more.
you know what, somewhat encouraged, but at the same time, I'm inclined also to keep everybody in the same faction because at the end of the day, it's going to be a primarily PvE server, not really meant for PvP. Mostly just because our community is really much more focused PvE-wise with some PvP bents, right?
Yeah, we'll have some events where you can all shoot each other.
Yeah, so...
Or Jared, depending.
Usually be shooting Jared. So, I'm inclined to say that situations like that, it will be probably one company, but that's not to say there won't be opportunities for other things.
Okay, this one might get redded. It's not in the shield, but we'll see.
Is that Patreon tier kept becoming available? Says Freaky.
Yeah, what did you want that one called, Freaky?
We didn't set up... Okay, so in our current official plans...
Current official plan. Yeah, we have official plans.
We have limited the number of Patreon tiers in order to... Because one of the things that we're conscious of is, like, what would we offer at the ridiculous Patreon tier? And other than what Freaky has suggested, not a lot.
Well, I think the offer is that Freaky just wants to pay that much.
I know.
I don't think that there's anything extra that we have to offer, because Final's like, well, we have to, like, have another thing. And I was like, I think Freaky just wants to spend money.
That's what it sounds like. We're going to have to get a special phone number just for that.
Highest tier is called Getting Freaky. Challenge, you've never disagreed that the jetpack makes things easy, but also not having it is a challenge on its own. Yeah, it's a different way to play the game. Your original mod list for Sonora was much harder. I remember that, Scarlet, and that was the issue.
Swamp German tier.
Bill, you find if you have a jetpack, you never make walkways. Without a jetpack, your build becomes more lived in. Totally, because you need all those things now. You need a Kanuki story/plot channel with how much you type. We had debated it in the Discord, like some kind of lore channel, perhaps. Oh yeah, if there's some roleplay that happens, that's all right, but it's not like the focus.
Railguns just keep firing into the ground. That's kind of annoying.
It'll be PvE until we make enough puns and final snaps, probably. And he's like, out! Everybody out! Scarlet says it doesn't matter. We just do those tiers. We don't expect anything in return. Well, that's very kind. Very generous. Wait, things were debated in the Discord? No. We're just talking about the lore, the Kanuki lore. We had thought about making a Discord channel for it, but we haven't.
Alrighty.
Okay.
Downstairs.
After 1 year at top tier, you two have to come visit the Patreon in question.
Gonna be a very expensive tier.
Yeah. That'd be kind of fun.
Where's the...
But our travel expenses would go through the roof.
wood? Where's this miner?
Yes, contemplating making it a channel in the Discord so that you can write lore. Perhaps we will for the server.
We lose another
It's
miner?
true,
What
we've
is going
already
on?
met Freaky in real life. But yeah, the top tier is becoming $1,000 a month. Yeah. Oh, I think we were thinking like 20 or 30 Canadian dollars. No, actually, I think we have to do it in US dollars.
Where is... Okay. Antenna. Is that it down there? Where is the freaking miner I just...
Hex Surveying and Settlement Division is accepting contracts? I see, Candor, I see. Those would be business expenses, yes. Because our streaming business is very lucrative at this stage.
Ow.
You okay over there?
No.
No. We have grumpy final today.
Because I'm trying to figure out where the freaking miner I just had went.
Is lost.
Well, there's supposed to be one here mining out this side of the hangar. Getting magnesium. Where did it go? It didn't fall to the bottom of the
Look at
pit.
that. Candor is going to pay for our next meeting? We could definitely use some sponsorship regarding refreshments.
Yeah, we didn't.
We had a few bottles of wine.
Just a few.
Just a few bottles
Just a
of
few.
wine. Just a few.
We can add rum to the list, Candor. It's fine.
Unfortunately, our only travel package involves indentured labor in a cobalt mine in the Congo. Oh no. We've taken the express exit.
Okay, now I'm really curious.
Oh, I did this opposite.
All grids. I'm just gonna get rid of these. There's not many of them.
Oh well.
Move.
Oh well. Okay. So now I
So for
need...
that.
Combat phase has ended. Okay, great.
You not excited about that?
You gotta ask, why turbines still? Because we're having a hard time getting enough uranium, so we need the extra. I have a whole bunch of batteries
Where is that?
built throughout the base that are stockpiling, but it turns out that the wind turbines are actually quite helpful when we haven't got enough uranium.
Oh. Cool. Found the other
'Cause we
freaking
have
miner.
batteries. I've spaced them out in lots of different areas of the base when we had enough resources to build them. So we have all of these. I have a bunch in here. I have a bunch of them in the reactor area. We can go look at the reactors here. We'll take a little run down the rainbow hallway.
Well, that miner's toast.
The one that you just built?
No,
a
one
different
of the
one.
old ones. It's
Okay.
currently digging itself a tunnel to the center of the planet.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's great. Love that.
Nice.
Love that. Where's the other one?
That's nice. Yeah, we keep losing a lot of the miners, which get the uranium. So the batteries are helpful, and then the wind turbines are at this point necessary. First of all, are we still? Hasn't been.
Is that better now? It's probably better now, Jared. Okay.
Still looking safe down here. But they have their own batteries over here for safety. They're all looking good. Okay, great. Oh yeah, and the orbital facility. That's true. You could take your little spaceship up to get uranium.
That's fun. The magnesium has lost its texture. That's cool.
So $20 to $30 US for top tier a month.
How about now, Jared?
360.
Okay, let me try
I
switching
think
this.
Patreon lets you pay per year. I could be wrong. Other people would probably know. I think you can pay annually. But yeah, that would be honestly the top one. We were like probably $15, but if you want a $20 tier, we can
Hello,
give
Creed.
you one. And welcome, Creed. How are you today? They do? Okay, Patreon lets you do annual. Thank you,
And it gives you a
Dre.
discount, apparently.
And it gives you a discount. Well, that's handy.
The anti-aliasing is part of the issue.
Okay, we'll charge. Have some tea. I've forgotten about my tea.
I'm going to F5 to fix my missing textures. Let's see how that does.
But I was smart today, and I put my tea in one of those thermos cups.
Oh, we're just losing ships left, right, and center. Creed. That's what one has decided that it wants to tunnel to the center of the planet by itself, so we're going to let it do that.
We're losing power. We're losing ships.
Yeah.
We're getting attacked.
Yeah. Yeah, things are going exceptionally well.
It's going really, really good.
Yes. We had a great time with a complete inability to process frames on Skoka's channel. That seems to have been fixed, and then my side
I
of the
guess I
equation
should
is having some
heal.
issues, so now I'm fixing that. You know, welcome to streaming space engineers.
Living the dream. We need the extra income to cover for the extra cell phone and subscription on the text final constantly. Well, see, that's what Freaky wants for his top tier Patreon reward is text final constantly. Can't forget the tea. No, I can't forget the tea. I have one of those Yeti mugs now. They're very nice. It's good because, I mean, I don't do anything outside in the world, but it's good because I have so many meetings every day at work that I can drink the same cup of coffee for 4 hours and it's still warm.
It makes you feel outdoorsy, though, right? 'Cause it's
I feel so outdoorsy. I do a lot of things in the outdoors, obviously. But I got this, like, echinacea tea, which is supposed to be very good for colds and flus. It's like, ooh, oh, no, good timing for a glitch. It's like kind of minty, kind of lemony tea. It's quite good.
Wow.
I know. Would recommend the next time you have some kind of illness. Very true, Creed. It is not space engineers without a minor catastrophe. Every time.
Okay. Let's try this again.
Once more with feeling.
Stutter. I think half my problem is I need to reinstall everything on my machine.
Oh, wow. That's extreme.
It's not that bad. And go to
That
Windows
is-
11.
Windows 11. Well, so far it has just been bliss for me using
Yes.
Windows 11. Sarcasm.
Yeah, well, what I am tempted to do is put a 13900K in your rig, see if it makes a difference. Because the E-cores might be slowing you down.
Right.
We will see.
Hello, Brayden. Welcome, welcome. How are you today? How goes the SE? Well, it's been a little challenging today.
A little bit.
A little bit.
That's on.
We're running out of power, we're running out of ammo, we're running out of miners.
The miners are getting blown up.
Did the ship build itself? Here, we can look. Let's go check it out. I don't know, because we have some new folks, so we can go take a look at the ship.
This ship's building itself.
That one is building itself. We have it set up to do so. This is one of the miners that we print now. Because we lose them so often, we have a system set up to print them. When you know it's going well.
I think I was doing the same thing I'm doing now, Creed. I was running around like a chicken with its head cut off, trying to figure out what to do next, while putting out a fire and also trying to save the planet.
So this is going to be a very large ship. We have cryopods, kitchen, healing, and then we go down the stairs. You're good, Brayden? Just got back from grocery shopping. Ooh, did you get anything fun?
Oh, the Chesqui was walking by and got shot
We
at.
have, I guess, some kind of command deck where we can look out on the hangar, because our ship has a hangar. Final never builds a ship without the ability to bring other ships in it.
We'll see. We'll see if that works. If I only get to see fractions of this. Well, I mean, only fractions of this actually happen because we spend all of our time trying to make shit work.
Correct.
Uh,
Here we have a hangar.
Goka is currently running down the stairs, showing off the ship on her stream.
I am doing the little tour because we have some new folks today. So this is what is eventually going to get us off the planet. But the difficulty with Paradiso is that we are attacked.
Is that it's difficult.
Is that it's difficult. So we spend most of our time just trying to repair what we have, that we can't often build the new stuff. We have all of the bits and pieces for keeping us functioning. Down here. All crammed in.
Set up. Control. Okay, there we go. And this. That's good. Lock that. Go
You have
up.
$200 worth of grocery shopping? Woof. Should last you 2 or 3 weeks. That's nice. Yes, the ship is heavier. There's a lot of heavy armor. Here we go. Here we have our big hydrogen tanks. And I think the hydrogen tanks is the last level.
Yeah.
And then you can't really tell, but there's a giant thruster at the bottom. And that is the end of the ship to go all the
Yes.
way back up.
It's a work in progress.
It needs to be armored all the way around. It's close to being armored all the way around.
Yeah, and it needs it needs a CIC, it needs a deck for us to actually do the shipping in.
It needs a deck for the shipping.
Yes.
Is that going to be the weird command area that overlooks the hangar?
No, that's the one at the very top that we haven't done yet.
Got it. It really doesn't look like you have a lot of fuel on that ship. Yeah, you're probably right, Jared.
I mean, we're also using
Get back to the
we're
hangar.
using a Epstein, so you don't need a
Looks
lot.
Huge. Agreed. Well, have you ever watched Final build a ship in Space Engineers? He does not build a small ship.
What is this small ship you speak of?
If you happen to watch any of Sonora from the Ball and Chain server,
Big ship.
it's like,
Big
well,
ship.
this is like the tiny ship that is a gazillion heavy armor blocks. And then the big ship is 3 gazillion heavy armor blocks. Oh, I see I'm being locked in. There we go. There's the ship, y'all. It is under the surface of the planet. So, the first season of Paradiso, Final built a very elaborate hangar door system, and Clang literally flew the hangar doors off into another dimension. So, after that, we've had issues with hangar doors. So this time, we figured just build it under the planet. It's not too far down, so we'll probably just mine out once we're ready to go. We'll just mine out this top bit. Because we wasted a lot of time building a hangar on 2 different occasions, and it was a catastrophe, so we're trying this. Final spent more time building the hangar doors than the ship, so
Yes.
we eliminated that problem because he wanted like the best hangar door setup possible, which didn't help us leave the planet. So it's right under this side. So we have the turbines. So the ship is around here. This is approximately its space. So we're hoping we can just tunnel out here and then go to space. That's the plan. Do things ever go to plan on Paradiso? Nope.
Never.
But we're gonna try. We're gonna try. Now that it's light out, I can actually see how to fix these, which is good. That was awesome. Thank you, Helios. Yeah, that's true, Jared. The door destroyed the whole ship. I forgot about that.
Yep.
Forgot about that. Oh, yes, it did. It's a shame that we weren't recording for YouTube at that point, because that was
Yes.
hilarious. True, Creed. Final, his motto is never give up, never surrender. So, there we are.
It's true.
This is why we're here.
It's great.
Oh, you clipped that one, Jared. Amazing. Here we go. There's a clip in my chat at the moment, if anybody wants to see the lack of progress.
There we go. Did a little bit of cleanup. Hopefully speed a few things up.
Well, it's true, Creed. We have been saying we're going to go to space forever. It's only happened once, and we're on season 3 of Paradiso, so... We might be lying. I don't know.
This planet is called Demas. It's an old modded planet.
I guess we can take this one.
It's got a giant ring system, which is pretty cool. And of course, these railguns are going nuts because reasons.
Because they always do?
Always.
Always.
Here, I can show you what this planet looks like.
Gosh, maybe it's like the running joke of Paradiso that we're gonna go to space.
Yes. That's the running joke.
Because it happened very early in the first Paradiso, and then we got destroyed. Was it by Reavers?
In first Paradiso or second Paradiso?
No, it was the Wayland Yutani.
Oh yeah, the Wayland Yutani station. Yes.
That we got up there in like a few episodes. We were so fast. We got up there, couldn't find ice, got blown up, and then we never made it back to space since. Okay, that one we can put another turbine. We'll get 3 turbines, perhaps. Yeah, it's true, Jared. We can't actually seem to stay. We can go to space, but then we have to immediately return.
Yeah, the planet's cool. There's something over there that is firing, and this railgun keeps firing at something.
Not withdraw 15 interior plates.
Control.
We did build a large small grid with an interior. Was it Kathy or something else? We had Ruby.
We had
I remember
Ruby.
we had Ruby. Maybe that was Ruby.
Hold on. Reload. Cool off. Do love these railguns.
Okay. We can get one more.
Oh, I got whatever is over there.
We're not doing so hot on climbing the wind turbines today.
What are we firing at over
Out of
here?
practice. Oh, hello, Rep. Welcome. Good evening to you. How are you doing today?
Control.
There we go. We can put another one here.
What are we firing at?
No? Can I place it? Why can I not place it?
I just think we can hit some of these things, but in reality, there's nothing really much over there to hit.
There we go. Light glitch. There we go.
Alrighty.
Oh, you're fine, you guessed, Rev? Some minor explosions and KSP. Oh no. Did it go horribly wrong? Rev has been doing some streams of his own, if y'all want to check out some KSP and Stationeers content. You want to actually watch how to do stationeers instead of whatever it is that Final and I do. This is actually quite minimal in terms of grids that we have laying about green. Should have been here a few weeks ago. Yeah, there's something that's making some explosions here.
That's the thing that's firing the nuclear-tipped rounds at us again.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it's good.
I don't know
1.0.
where it is.
Sim Speed's 1.0. We have a lot of dead things around us.
Awesome. Okay, yep. That's good that I just built that. Oh, there. Okay.
Yeah, they're hitting the shield right now.
It's coming from the light cruiser?
Yes, I think so. Let me see if I can target the light cruiser.
My tiny little gun is going to be so useful. I'm just trying to see if I can see it. Could have been worse, Rev. I guess that's good. Still trying to get the hang of the new stuff in stationeers. That's fair. Oh. Yeah. It's very much alive. I could bring Wilma over there and check it out. So I guess we have to keep the wind turbines inside the shield.
Something like that. Trying to get the...
They seem okay there. Well, I can fix the ones that are broken at the moment to get more of that power.
Do you have any magnesium?
We haven't had a lot of it.
No, we have it.
Oh, good.
Processing. Trying to get the artillery to fire on the cruiser.
Right.
It's not doing. Cruisers are only... taking the shield hits again, too.
Yeah, we are. That'll have to do for extra power for now.
I just force reload.
Okay, I'll get Wilma and see what's going on.
I see, you just want to shoot into the ground. So helpful. Target, focus fire, medium range.
Let's see
Still
what we
won't
can
target. Still won't target.
do. Perfect.
It's going super well.
Super well.
This station is running low on fuel.
Oh, hello, Grumpy Granddad. Welcome.
Low on fuel.
It is. I think it's a grounded battleship. It's a grounded something.
It is a grounded battleship. Oh, good. We are almost out of uranium.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful. Let's see. What can I do about this? 500mm turrets. These still I can't control. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Actually went through the shield this time. I can't control the 500s. Control the 203s? I think so. Supposedly I can. Oh, maybe.
There's a whole bunch of stuff.
Maybe I can disable that gun.
Oh, good.
Sometimes the indirect fire stuff works, sometimes it doesn't. Actually, oh, you're going out there.
Mm-hmm.
Watch out, because there's working guns on that ship.
I know. I was trying to get a better
View on me firing it?
Yeah, on if you're hitting it. I know you probably can't really tell.
It's just at the edge of my screen.
Oh, something's shooting at me.
Yep.
From behind me, though. Oh! What is it? Oh, it's that. Ah! No. No. Well. Wilma! No!
Are you causing trouble over there? Oh, you blew it to pieces.
Not to pieces. There are a number of pieces that are still together. But I'm over here now, so where is the light cruiser?
Come on.
If I stay on this...
Gotta keep shelling it. I'm still not hitting it.
There you go, Picklebeard. Just for you. Your favorite.
What are my other options here for 2 or 3s? Can I tell the 2 or 3s to just...
Not sure about this, Jared, but if you got rid of the stairs on the turbines and used a ship to build the turbines, you would get more power. It'd be easier to build. I mean, it's an option, but at the rate that we lose ships as just showcased, it's easier to not rely on them. Okay, I'm 750 meters away.
Uh-huh. I find slightly odd.
There it is. Ooh. Thank you for the whip crack. I have a good view of it if you want to shoot at it.
And I'm trying to get the howitzers to move, and they're not moving. I don't know why this sometimes works and sometimes doesn't.
The mystery.
They don't fire either. It's the group. Hang on.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff out here.
Tracking mode.
I wonder if I can get a little bit closer. Still a couple of places I could hide. But is that smart? True challenge. If you call her Empress of the Whip, you got a whip. Because this is one of the ships that will for sure kill me if I get too close.
What, the light cruiser? The Emperor? Lufer?
Yeah, because the guns are still active.
Combat phase now active. Hang on. I'm still rejigging. This going
Still
on here?
rechecking. Okay. We'll just wait it out.
Interesting. You tell me if those are going to land.
Okay.
Ooh, very close. You didn't see, did you?
I can't tell.
We're even looking at the right ship.
Yeah, the Annifer light cruiser. That's the one. Not seeing any shells. Am I... Is there something wrong with my space engineers?
I don't know, because... I don't know. I don't know. I mean, maybe it's me, but...
I have no idea. Classic.
If you look at the base.
Yeah, I'm looking at the base. I see that something has been shot.
Hang on. How many Annifer light cruisers are going to be? Only one. Hang on. I got to get over to one of these turrets that is firing a different angle.
Okay. Well. How's the shipbuilding going? Final
Super well.
asks challenge.
Super well. Going super well.
So, spaceship graveyard starter kit for Halloween, Brayden. Yes, exactly. We do have a large variety of busted ships.
Yes. Many. Gonna run all the way back to the back of the base now.
I mean, quite honestly, if I want to stay alive, I'm gonna have to start running back now.
Probably.
So we will... Oh, I see. I see now.
I'm not even looking at the same thing. I'm looking. The guns are firing at their own target.
Oh, okay. Well, I see that. Oh, hello, Malloy. Welcome. How are you doing today? How goes the Sunday SE? Well, it's going. We've lost a number of miners. We don't have a lot of uranium, which means we don't have a lot of power for our base. We're basically out of magnesium, which means we don't have a lot of ammunition for our guns. And the ship that I'm staring at, that's 730 meters away, keeps bringing down our shield. So...
Well, it's not firing at us anymore, by the way.
No, it's calmed down.
Yes. So I'm gonna go back downstairs and go figure
I'll
out
run back then.
what's going on. Thank you, Scarlet, for the suspense. I have to go find out the breaking uranium.
Not just the regular uranium, the freaking uranium. Perhaps I should hold my gun, that might be helpful. We'll leave Wilma there. Because there's no seat that I can sit in, so... Such is life. Sounds like a good challenge. You are correct, Molly. It's a challenge.
Good. This
Good,
miner
good,
is
good, good,
all
good.
damaged. Uranium miner is damaged. So I have to go fix that.
Ah.
This one off. Turn the projector off. Projector off. Welder pit on. No, welder pit off.
I'm gonna run back for 2 kilometers. The other ship does not appear to be shooting at me. We'll just continue on our merry way. What's everyone else getting up to today?
They're probably not getting blown up.
They're probably not. I mean, I don't know.
You want them to get blown up?
You didn't say that. You said we don't know. Maybe they are getting blown up. Finding all of these wrecks.
Okay. It's fixed. I need to go with uranium miner. Because if I don't, it will run into something at the mining site, I think. So I'm going to send it there and I will...
I'm gonna follow it.
No, I'm just going to be in it.
Bill is getting blown up too, just a different game. There we go. See? Not just us.
True.
Those are the kinds of landings in KSP for you, Rev. So everybody's getting blown up.
Also, welcome, Bill, to the Discord.
Yeah, welcome.
There's something...
We just have a nice leisurely jog.
I think a new La Taurus heavy command carrier has a big gun on it. And
Okay.
it's firing at something constantly.
Excellent. Just what we need.
Some water.
Real life water?
Mm-hmm.
Gotta keep that hydration up. I can hear final coughing. So I assume you're muting your microphone because I can hear the cough reverberating through the apartment.
Yes.
Oh, we're happy to have you, Bill. Thanks for joining us.
Come on. How close are we to the uranium?
Ooh.
Almost
I'm
there.
not sure how to pronounce your username. Should I go with Mo? Welcome. How are you today? Did the ship build itself? I wish. It did not.
We did not get that far.
It has not built itself. I feel like you're getting exercise just watching me run. See, this is what it is. We don't have to exercise in real life because we are running 2 kilometers in Space Engineers.
Yes. In a suit.
In a suit, right? I've been talking about doing more running. I haven't started it because of the COVID. Oh, no. Not the scary question mark. No. Ah! That's bad. That's bad. Oh, I can't see the ship, but I can see that things are fighting. Oh dear. Oh dear. I am not in a good spot for this. The ships are invisible, but I can see all of the laser beams. Great.
Ships aren't invisible. They're there. They're probably just tiny.
Okay, okay. Either way, it's not comforting.
Plenty comforting. It's totally normal.
Okay, great. Great. Good. Off we go. Mo is fine. All right, excellent. Welcome, Mo. How are you today? There we go, Crean. I agree. Let's do it. I exercised in game, so I'm good. Well, I was excited because the new place we moved into, there is a spin studio, so for like spin bike classes and walking distance to where we are. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do spin classes again. This is gonna be great. I did one and then I got COVID, so I was like, well, I'll go back at some point. Oh, there's something else with a laser over there. There's somebody that I work with. She is lovely. She like does some contract work with the company that I work for, and she's also, I think it's yoga teacher part-time. She's like a fitness instructor, and she's talking about like how much worse it is for you as you age if you don't do any kind of exercise, and was like talking to me about the studies that people have done about this, and I was like, oh no. So she's like, if you can do, 2 or 3 times a week, do some exercise, it's gonna make it much easier for you, oh my gosh, as you age. So I was like, okay, I would like the aging process to be a lot easier on my body. I need to get going with this exercising thing again.
No, it's fine.
I just don't wanna.
Nope. Do not want.
I'm just not motivated. How do you get motivated to exercise?
We don't. I use my exceptional willpower.
You use your exceptional willpower to sit at your desk all day. I will never exercise. Did I grab those pieces? I think that's really applicable, especially for women. That's what I've heard, Malloy. Is that it really does help, specifically for women, if you keep active. You don't have to be like running marathons, but doing some exercise a few times a week is supposed to be very beneficial. I'm assuming it's for more sedentary folks. Scarlett, you don't exercise, but you do manual labor every day. I feel like that is exercising.
Yeah, I think you can get away with that. Creed doesn't count. Creed has to, have fitness qualifications every, what is it, month, 3 months, whatever it is.
Yeah, that's part of your job, to be fit in some way. I don't think it applies to you. You do a small amount of exercise before bed, Malloy? See, even a tiny amount. It's got to be better than nothing. Well, I mean, chasing a toddler around all day seems like a lot of work. I imagine that qualifies. Because my understanding from this coworker is that what you lose as you age is not just like, you know, bone density, muscle mass, all that sort of stuff, and like mobility, but you lose a lot of the like smaller muscles, is what she was saying, around your joints, and like tendons, and those all get weaker, which makes it harder to just do everyday things because you don't have all of that other strength.
What are we firing at now?
I don't know, it doesn't sound good. Let's do... No, I need this menu. This menu. We'll do another one of these.
Rump a thing.
You hate every moment of it, Green. I don't know how many people just truly love exercise. Just love every moment of it. Even people who exercise for a living. I can't imagine you love every moment of it. Because you feel like crap for most of it.
What are we firing at? Oh, good. Railgun is firing through the base. Going good.
It's going super good. Okay, well that's somewhat more secure.
Might have been a drop pod?
It was what looked like a drop pod earlier. Okay, I need some metal grids and then I could do one more turbine.
Inventory is at capacity. Inventory is at capacity. Your inventory is full. Do you need me to say that another 1,000 times, or are you going to do something about it?
Yeah, I bet, Malloy. Sweet biceps from picking up small children.
There's an abomination nearby.
Oh, no. Not good, not good.
No more space.
Whoever
in
thought
suit
running was
inventory.
good exercise, Scarlet deserves every
Inventory
minute
is
in
at
hell.
capacity.
Hate running with a passion. Enjoy exercise when you have a
Inventory
goal,
is
Jared.
at
That's a good
capacity.
point. It is nice to have a goal.
No more space in suit inventory.
Get rid of all of these. And I need...
Your inventory
Planet?
is full. No more space
And we'll get
in suit inventory.
a wind turbine, because we're trying
Really,
to get
really dislike these.
as much power as
Your
possible.
inventory is full.
Oh, hello, Glacial. Welcome. How are
Is
you?
at capacity.
You're in really good shape. You only feel like crap for brief stretches, and the endorphin rush covers a lot of it. I suppose that's fair. Yeah, runner's high is pretty nice when you can get to it. Exercise is only useful for those with low intensity jobs challenge. Saw a video of a dude with super gym muscle and work a road construction shift. Dude left after an hour from how exhausted they were. Oh, totally. It's like way
Yeah.
different muscles that you're using for like a physical job as opposed to just going to the gym.
What are we firing at now? Oh, good.
Because like a lot of my exercise is walking everywhere because Final and I don't have a car.
Yes.
So if we're gonna go do something, usually by our own 2 feet. And that means you're carrying all of the stuff that you need
Your
or
wind
purchase.
turbine towers might be causing a problem.
But Well, you said we need them.
I did, but the placement has coincidentally lined up with another grid.
So which one?
I don't know yet. The whole base is... Oh, okay. This thing's back to firing at us. That's wonderful.
I think it doesn't like that turbine at the top. If I get rid of it. Let me get rid of it.
Yeah, there's this colony of dead grids over there.
Well, now I've piqued its interest.
Yep, you've made it mad.
Yikes. You run 10 miles a week for the last 12 years, Creed? Not by choice. You can do those runs with your eyes closed, still hate it.
Yeah. No choice.
Yeah. Did you enjoy certain kinds of exercise, Molloy? Well, that's awesome. Feeling fit is a good feeling. It's true. It is true. You prefer fast-ish walking than running? Yeah, that's totally fair, Jared. It is funny watching super muscly people try endurance exercises. Oh, wow. That was forceful.
Gonna try and eliminate a particular grid. Combat phase has ended.
Oh, okay. So walking up and down hills with 10 to 30 pounds in a backpack is a good workout, Glacial. Must be nice to be able to run, Picklebeard. You must have some, like, very, very fit back, shoulder, and arm muscles, though.
Yes.
Like...
From holding up his body all the time, yeah.
Those must be very impressive muscles.
Let's turn off the focus fire. Let's see if we just fire through all of the things. Yes, short answer.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Ooh.
Just letting the guns go wild now.
Glares at Glacial for bringing up ruck marches. Okay, this doesn't seem like it's very productive. Oh, okay, so we have the submarine, the flying submarine.
The flying submarine is currently getting shot at.
Great.
It's firing rounds
Oh.
at the shield.
Wow, yep, it definitely is.
And it hit the shield and tore out half our shield.
Half the shield.
Half the shield went down with one hit.
Hold my tiny gun just to be helpful.
We're firing all the rounds at it now. The artillery really
Fire
doesn't like it.
everything! Now it's just kind of hanging out there.
The 203s firing the flak actually works really well. Turn you back on.
Ooh. Fire the missiles!
There comes the submarine.
There goes the submarine.
It's yellow, too.
Does everybody live in it?
I don't know. Can't tell.
Maybe we shouldn't shoot it if everyone lives in it.
We're shelling another ship.
You used to walk down an uphill with a 25-pound-ish backpack when walking home, Jared? See, that seems like good exercise to me.
What's the difference on this one? Medium velocity.
Nebulord official. Welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for the follow.
This one high
How are you
velocity?
today?
Yeah, these are all high velocity.
It is a velocity.
There we go.
Fire! All right.
You're thinking of Bill and Hollis on TikTok now, aren't you?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Stop with the lasering. Stop it.
Rucksacks are very impressive, but you never want to have one on you again challenge. Don't care how well designed they are. That's fair.
Stop. Stop.
You tried carrying your 30-pound baby on your back and couldn't manage it for a hike for more than 20 minutes? That's very heavy for a hike, though. But yeah, you can carry him on your hip indefinitely.
Are we?
Yeah, so interesting.
Oh, it could be okay.
Just certain areas of your body are able to do tasks much better.
Okay. I need to go eat
Hello,
something.
Nebula. Bonsoir.
Need to get some food from the living area.
All components were successfully withdrawn.
Here are the
Gonna be a bit of a
refineries.
fall.
working.
That's more of a
Everything's-
fall than I thought.
Everything's quiet. Why is everything so quiet?
It's very quiet. That's bad. It's bad when it's quiet.
Why is it so quiet?
Here we go. Billows in.
Refineries. The
Is
refineries
your
are
backpack.
empty.
You're better at carrying heavy weights for long periods of time? That's fair. I can carry a week's worth of groceries by myself.
Wow.
I know. Ooh. I have my 2 tote bags. Get all the groceries. Carry them back.
We are almost out of magnesium.
Perfect.
This drill is damaged. Why? I have to go fix a miner.
Oh, I've been lost. There we go. There we go.
Refineries.
Those. All of these. So I'm trying to figure out how we can get wind turbines and power where it's not going to be a problem.
I think more shorter structures.
Can I put them on the other sides of the base?
Yeah. You just have to
Okay.
keep them down out of the line of fire of the guns.
That's a problem.
Oh, that's your task.
That's my task. Okay. Because we can probably stick some off the front of this pretty easily. They're not going to be as great at power generation, but it's going to be better than nothing.
4-7 job paused. 3-1.
For how long challenge? Well, I've been very spoiled recently because the grocery shops have been pretty close to where we live. So it's only like 10 minutes. But
Yes.
before, one of the places that I lived was not at all close to a grocery store. So I had to take a train, and depending on how much I wanted to walk, I would have to take a train and a bus and carry all of my groceries. And they're usually quite busy, so you're just holding the groceries the whole time. You might be able to put like a bag on the floor of the train. So I was quite fit at that time because I walked everywhere anyway and then had to carry stuff quite far.
Okay, I have to remember to fix this blueprint.
Okay.
There's a glitch in it.
That is very true, though. Making sure that you have a backpack that actually, like, fits your shape is good, because often the ones that they make for men don't work very well for women.
Okay, where is... Okay, there's TMS 4-7. What's going on with TMS 4-7?
I feel like having carried my groceries for so long has made, like, my back, shoulders, and arms a little bit stronger for endurance, because my sister, who goes to the gym all of the time, does not pack all of her groceries. And whenever we have to do a task like that, she's not very good at it. So I'm like, I don't know, you work out a lot.
Okay, that can go back to doing its job. Goodbye. Uranium miner.
I don't know, maybe I gotta sign up for like a half marathon again.
Oh, good.
So that it forces me to work out. I'm very good. There's like, oh, who is it? Gretchen Rubin, I think that's her name. Where she wrote a book about like the different types of personalities. There's like, I think she has like 4 general groupings of people. And I fall into the grouping of people that are very like motivated if somebody else is expecting something from me. Like if it's if I'm just doing something for myself,
she feels obligated.
I don't do it. Yeah. But if somebody else is expecting something, or like even just hints at something, or if there's some sort of like external thing that is happening, I will like complete everything required for that. But if it's just for something that like I enjoy doing, I'll just be like, it's not important because somebody else has told me they want this thing, even though I don't like it. I will do it because I feel obligated. That's like my personality trait type.
And ladies and gentlemen, you now know why she plays Space Engineers.
Totally. Because Final is like, I really want you to play. I'm like, okay, fine. I'll do it.
Recharge on off.
But there are other personality types where people are just like extremely internally motivated and will just like do anything that they set their minds to. And then there's people where it's like very hard to find the right kind of motivation to do something. They're not really like internally or externally motivated. It was very interesting read. Get a dance pad and play games with that? Oh, that would be so fun.
Okay. Park this one now.
No, we were shooting over there.
Yeah, we seem to have stopped. Luckily.
Luckily.
See.
Or what we... It's going to be hard now. We don't have a good setup for it, but we have the VR. We were going to do Beat Saber. Because that game tires you out.
Yeah, we don't have a setup for that anymore.
We don't really have a good way to set up the VR now.
We have more room for it in the living room.
We do. Social responsibility or something, Jared? If you want to do something, put a note where everyone can see you and know that you are supposed to be doing that thing. Yeah, something like that, where if other people know that you are like working towards this thing, it makes you actually work towards it.
Uranium miner. This one's doing a thing now, so this one's doing this way.
Oh, I shouldn't have placed that because I can't reach.
Okay. So... Sensor field range.
Right, a dance
Good.
party pad? That'd be so fun. That would be so fun.
Alright. Time to dig out more.
Time to dig out more. Of?
The space around the... And get more magnesium while we're at it.
Around the ship?
Yes.
So if I place these here, they should be able to be shielded. I mean, other ships that are shooting at us might hit us, but we should be able to get turbines here safely.
Should be able to. You say that.
Yeah. Unlikely that they'll stay forever, but we can try.
Okay, now we'll let this fly back to base, set it back up to do it automatically, and then go back to working on the ship, I think.
Oh, thanks for hanging out, Creed. We very much appreciate it. You're off to get ready for your stream. Well, I think we might have to visit you after if you're still going when we're done.
Yes.
We'll see what you get up to today.
Okay, that's that done.
Metal grids.
What have we got on
so
the
I
board?
could try 3 turbines.
4-7 has uranium.
All right,
4-10 is working.
let's do it.
4-9, no signal. Hmm. 4-9 might have its...
These aren't going to be
off.
super great at power generation, but you know what? Better than nothing.
Both miners are doing their thing.
Ooh, you're debating if you should create stuff and set everything up so you could stream your Stellaris POV? I think you should do it, Jared.
Pro streamer Jared.
Pro streamer Jared! I agree. I think you should do it. You've been talking about it for a while.
Okay.
Just the slow movement of the turbine.
Come here.
Okay, see, those look safe. They're probably not going to get shot up by our guns. They're protected from our guns,
Yes.
which seems to be the worst issue.
Sender. Yes.
Yeah, is our own guns. Yeah.
Okay. Down the stairs. Whee!
It hangs with your computer and you somehow turning your PC off makes you think otherwise? I mean, have you noticed the amount of technical glitches that Final and I have? It's kind of just par for the course.
It's pretty normal. Stuck. There we go. Okay. Ow.
What is what I find to be a challenge, and I'm still not good at, is like getting all of the other stuff for streams. Like, I haven't updated my playlist in a long time. I'd like to make the subscriber badges bigger because I didn't realize how small they were going to be when I made them, but such is life. Oh, that's not going to fit there. Okay. There's like little bits and pieces that I would like to improve for the stream, but typically the free time that I could work on those things goes into doing the streams. You did record the whole thing for the Stellaris game yesterday, Jared? Ah, but because your PC died before you stopped recording, it kind of got corrupted? Oh.
Yep. You use OBS, make sure to have the MKV recording on, because then even if the recording stops for whatever reason, the last frame will still be written.
You could also just do it as a YouTube. If you don't want to do the live streaming. You can just throw up the recordings on YouTube, which is what Final does.
Let's see.
Oh, it could fit there.
Inventory. Okay. Steel. Let's go to
We could
components.
probably do one more. Totally. Why? Swimming is a lot of fun, and the barrier to entry is pretty low. That pretty much anyone can do it.
Yeah. We don't recommend streaming Space Engineers, but
The barrier to entry with Space Engineers is very high.
it's got something to do with this weird. The Space Engineers consumes a ton of system resources for something that really shouldn't.
But there are lots of games that you can stream that are not at all intensive.
Exactly. Well, and you don't even have to stream games.
You do not. Lots of things you can stream. I know, I was most excited when we figured out how to get a crafting stream set up going. Oh, what we're shooting at. Okay, well, those turbine towers have been cut down, so the guns should be able to shoot over them. We'll
Okay.
see. I'll leave that one there. I took down the offending turbine, so hopefully the light cruiser doesn't continue to be aggravated. I've placed 5 more turbines. They're not very high up, but they are on the base.
Okay.
I could stick one up right in the middle here. I could put a turbine, but there's a good chance it would get shot.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about it. Get more of the ship welded up. More ship welding, please.
All right. We have some resources. Maybe I should build a few more batteries.
Well, what you should do is actually build batteries on the ship.
Yeah.
Because the ship needs batteries. That's not something we've built into it yet.
I can squirrel away some batteries in random places.
Yeah. Not just in the engineering bays either, please.
Everywhere. Every floor gets batteries.
Every floor needs battery, and every floor needs, every floor needs some batteries. Every floor needs some which is batteries, but like we also need to put gyros in. We need to do a bunch of stuff.
Okay. Steel plates. Alright. That is the first. A panini sidecar. Yeah,
Yep.
steel plate. Okay.
We're slowly putting it down. There's a mayfly coming in.
Mayfly and the panini sidecar. You miss playing SC, Malloy? Requires a lot of time to really get into it. That is very true. Fortunately, there are other good titles that don't need as much devotion. Yes. Absolutely. SC is a big time investment.
Yes.
You can only trim the video to 317,000 hours because it was just that long. Yeah, I feel like that's a corrupted file.
Yeah, that's an MP4. It's a thing. When they get corrupted, they do weird things.
That's a shame, though. That sucks that that happened.
We really are just destroying something up there.
Yeah. I was watching it happen.
Was it the Panini sidecar still?
Mayfly. And then the Panini sidecar. So the Panini sidecar is down, the Mayfly is still bopping around. Okay, batteries. My next job.
Yes. If you want to figure out where to put some industrial cargo containers, that'd be a good idea too.
Like large cargo containers?
Yes.
Probably the hangar.
Probably the hangar. It's fine. You may have to rearrange a couple of things, but it's fine. You can put it there.
Okay. Stick some batteries in here. Okay, so this one is outside, so we're not going to do that. I want the batteries inside.
Get these welded up.
Gonna take forever to build it. Okay, so we will move in a little bit.
Well, Kander's finally defeated the 100-ship alien battle fleet in Terra Invicta, apparently.
Okay, that seems like a lot of effort.
I think so.
Alright, so I want this hidden well enough. Maybe over here. Because that has a wall, so I could just take this out. Left. All metal grids. Okay. But we'll fill those in.
Come on.
Concrete. Get rid of you, get rid of you. How many metal grids can we carry? That many.
Okay.
Okay, and then we will get a battery going. And then get like,
Come on.
I'll take those back. Place another battery. Is 2 batteries per floor enough? Do we want more than that?
We'll probably want more than that. But you can start with that many.
I can start with that many.
You putting in the fancy warfare batteries?
I'm just putting in the regular battery. Did I do it wrong?
No. It's fine. It's all fine.
Fine.
It's fine. It's fine.
Only just ruined my existence, but it's fine.
It's fine. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine.
And then we just run back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. I'm not gonna try and shove a welding ship into this spot. That would take far too long to figure out.
You can do it.
Now we just need power cells.
We're slowly getting there.
Slowly getting there. It was only 10 gigabytes. I think you should get a YouTube channel going or something to put all those recordings up.
Get more components.
You're right there.
Just bumping into the side of the base. Constantly.
Constantly.
Only 7 survivors, all of whom only lived by taking coil gun slugs through their engines and drifting out of range. Yeah! That sounds like that went well.
Not putting them anywhere just for fun? I mean, that's fair. Totally fair. Oh, nope, wrong way. I'm already getting lost. Oh, that sounds like drop pods?
Oh,
I'll go investigate.
don't know.
Weird question. Can you record a new video by watching the old one?
Technically.
Yeah, like do a screen capture of it.
I don't really see anything up here.
No.
Not really any new wrecks either. Oh, no. I lied.
We're ready to shoot at something. The light cruiser is angry again?
Yep. Trying to hit the drone.
Oh, interesting. I think it's once something gets up to a certain airspace, it's angry. Because whenever I put that turbine up on this tower here,
Yes.
whenever I put it up to a certain point, it would start shooting again.
Yep.
So, something to do with the height.
Well, it just means that anything that gets to a certain airspace around our base is going to get shot at by that light cruiser.
Yeah.
It's not exactly wonderful.
No. Remember we had this problem before where we had to, like, fly the miners out of the
Certain way.
hangar at, like, record speed in a certain way, otherwise they would get destroyed. Oh, I forgot about that. What a time.
Let me check something. Uranium. How are we doing on uranium? We have uranium being refined, but not very much of it.
Not very much of it. Oh, that's a fair point. Challenge. We're gonna put recordings anywhere. Make sure everybody in the recording consents.
So, that's a new problem. Where is our other
Yeah,
miner?
very true. Mr. Tin Man, the higher things have the first line of sight, so it's getting excited about that. I could probably just put 2 more in here because these aren't even done yet. This one needs to be completed. I'm putting in the batteries.
Good. Where is the uranium miner? Oh, they're getting uranium. I hope.
Battery. Running out of energy. Okay, we'll stick
Job
these into
active.
production so we can get power cells.
6.9k of
We'll
uranium.
charge.
Okay, it's on its way back. All right.
Text from my coworker. Because I saw, because at work, we use like a messaging service called Slack. And I have it on my phone. My work hasn't supplied everybody with a phone, but I stuck it on my phone anyway. And the president of the company, who was supposed to be completing some stuff last week, didn't do it, so he's working on it right now. So he was sending messages and tagging everyone about it. So I sent my coworker a text message because it's for a project she's working on. And I was like, I don't know if you're checking your phone, but this is happening and I don't want you to get in trouble if you don't do anything about it. Which is not ideal. We're
No.
not supposed to be working on the weekends, but the president of the company is like, oh, sorry to have to do this, but I didn't do my work when I was supposed to, so I'm doing it now over the weekend, and then making the rest of you work. So stupid.
Yep. Everybody else is off. He can wait. Woo!
Yeah, totally, Scarlet. Just put in the OT. what my friend will do. My friend coworker. How is the ship launch going? When is this happening, Mr. Tin Man? I would love to be able to tell you when the ship launch is happening. It's got to be soon. Because we've
soon.
got to get the server going.
Soon. We're almost to a functioning ship.
I only think it'll take a month. 4 more days of Paradiso to complete the ship. Yeah, probably a few more weeks of Paradiso.
Run upstairs here for a minute. With us being shot at again.
Yes, Slack is basically professional Discord. It's basically replaced a lot of stuff that I would normally do through email. All right, we got 4 batteries there. My failure to plan is now your emergency. This is literally how the president of the company operates. He's like, well, this is your problem now.
Really? You can't unfocus from that target. That's so annoying.
Yeah, absolutely, because they are good about managing overtime for people. So what happens is you get time and a half to use. So they will pay out overtime, but they prefer if you just take it as extra days off. So over the years, I've ended up with a lot of free days off. Quote, free. You okay up there?
Trying to be. Trying to get the railguns to stop firing all the time. Some of our uranium is going into making
would
the
be
rounds
nice.
for them, so I am trying not to let that get to everything.
Oh, absolutely, Malloy. It's like the company culture is not good. And it used to be better, but a lot of the people who set really strong company culture have since left as the business has like slowly fallen down a mountain. And with no signs of recovering. And now it's just like everybody work all the time. We don't really care. But we want you to like take care of yourself and your mental health. So we've given everybody a subscription to Calm. Great. How is that gonna help?
It's not. Pro tip.
It's not. It does not. You do get a day and a half if you work a day of OT. It's not one-to-one. They do day and a half. I was gonna put a cargo container. A couple of small ones here.
That's one cargo container right here.
I know, I was gonna put another one.
This
You're
one
in
is
the way.
for. This one is going to be for. This one's just for access. I was thinking about putting control seats in so you can
Okay.
use remotes.
Can I put some of the floor as batteries? Or will that be a problem?
In this space, maybe not, because this is meant to be armored.
Okay.
What you
I
might be
could
able to
stick
do
a couple batteries up here.
is stick them in here.
Where are you? In this area, I can put them on the floor?
Yeah, because there's going to be. We're going to have to cover this up with armor, anyways.
Okay. I can
There,
do
that's
that.
good. Yeah, you can do the same thing on the other side.
Do 2 on each side.
Something blew up, but I don't know what it was.
Something did blow up.
Uranium.
Get just 10 of those.
Taking our sweet time getting the uranium refined.
Oh, that's exactly what's happening. Malloy. I have racked up so many days off that I could take, but I don't have time to. So I just get to work more. I had so many days off, like in lieu, that they paid me out for half of them. That's how many I had. They're like, we don't think you're realistically going to be able to take these. And they were right.
Yep. Because they don't know what they're doing.
They do not.
Yep. Not really what I wanted to do, but fine.
It's gonna take long to wait.
Go. Don't need this. Turn all those off. Is in trouble over there?
I don't know, am I? Doesn't seem like I am. Where you told me to place them.
I didn't mean in the floor. You could have put them in the wall.
Oh. I thought they were supposed to be in the floor.
No, that's fine. You can put them in
All
the
right.
wall because there was no empty space there. But if you put them in the floor, that's fine too.
Well, I'll leave these ones in the floor, and the other ones I'll just stick.
The one that I don't want you to do that with
Mhm.
is the second one. Because the second one... Because I'm looking at the floor. Yeah, so those two, those should stay heavy armor. Because now you've disconnected the heavy armor line from above it, right?
I've made a grave error.
You've structurally weakened that part of the ship. Come on, Skoka. You know this.
You told me to put them there.
I did not tell you to put them there.
All right, we'll fill them in, and then we'll put the batteries on top. Oh, it's... Okay, it's still working off of the battery. Let's put those away. That. And then do that. And that should be fine. Okay.
Stairs.
Okay. 4 days off would be nice, challenge. It's also your regular day off. You just interrupted because of your failure. Yeah. Either pay me if I'm willing to work, or guess what? It's my day off. Yep. There is always more work than there are people.
Yep. Kander had to glass Morocco.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Sure. Oh, you would just lose the time and it wouldn't carry over to the next year, Malloy? I think that's what's supposed to happen
That's pretty standard.
for us, but our record keeping for a number of years was very relaxed. So I don't think people noticed until I had so much built up that they're like, you can't actually take all of this, so we'll just pay you for some of it.
Excuse me.
Very forceful. Have a cough drop. He's just kind of dying in the background. I can hear the coughing.
Yes.
You alive?
No.
Did you take a cough drop?
No, I'm dead.
Absolutely challenged. That is a failure of all of the management levels. Do I
That's,
have a steel plate? I do have a steel plate. Perfect.
that's what is what I want. Okay. I can still get out here. Cool. Okay.
Yes. That's the issue, is that they're like, yeah, we're so happy to give you time and a half for days off. But they don't give you the space to actually be allowed to take them.
Oh, who needs that?
They're just like, just accrue the days, and then you'll just be burnt out. And then you won't have time to have extra days off. A good system, right?
Ray's job used to give PTO yearly, but would pay up to a certain amount if you had unused time.
Okay. You've restarted your survival expanded playthrough with no jetpack, Scarlet. Very nice. Very nice. All the wind turbine towers that you have to climb up. The company didn't treat you well. You have a plethora of stories as a result. Fortunately, you quit 4 months ago. You just have some residual emotional baggage. No kidding. I'm
Yep.
assuming you would for quite some time. I anticipate the same for this job. Final had the same when he left
Still do.
his bad job. But you worked there for 9 years, so you have to, like, unwind 9 years of trauma.
Jeez. Need more grids. Give. Give grids. Give.
Oh. Right, the whole quiet quitting thing. I still don't think I quite understand it. So it's like not going above and beyond. Is that what quiet quitting is? You just like do the minimum?
I think so.
I'll probably shove 2 more in there.
Okay, that's that superstructure done. Some gaps down here for batteries if we need them. Gyros and things. And let's run back up the stairs. Ladder, I should say.
The stair ladder?
Yes. Okay, so engineering. Need some more welding.
Yeah, we have to do a lot of the exterior, I think.
Well, a lot of the exterior is going to have to be in light armor.
Yeah.
Because the ship is already quite heavy.
It's quite heavy.
I'm
Quiet
seriously...
quitting is a stupid term for just doing your job. That's true. Okay. All right. Just doing what is expected of you. Basics of setting boundaries, enforcing those boundaries. Yeah.
Well, that's the thing, is that the unwritten expectation is that a lot of... It is implied that the unwritten expectation of most of Western work culture is work
Are
harder
we
all
out
the
of
time.
iron?
Shouldn't be.
No. So something's glitching.
Let's see. Oh,
We are.
no, we are out
We
of iron.
are out of iron.
Oh, Christ.
Oh no! Oh, we were doing so well because we had so much scrap.
All right, back up the ladder.
We're going mining.
Japanese work culture is even worse. I completely agree, Jure. But compare Western work culture to European work culture, where everybody takes 2 months off in the summer.
Like, I don't work right now.
No.
I think so, Malloy. It sounds like you made the right choice. And their loss.
That's an over generalization.
Sure.
But
You were very good at your job. They missed out.
alrighty. Time to reprogram one of the miners.
Yes. I mean, I used to do way more than was expected of me at my job. And this year, I've just been so burnt out, and there's been so many other things going on, that it was like, I can't actually do more than what is expected of me. I have to stop. Or I don't know what's gonna happen.
Oh, that's what blew up.
What blew up? Oh. Okay.
You turn on the welders?
Yes, I can.
We're out of components.
Perfect. Okay, so we need to do some non-automated mining just to get us. Is the
Yeah.
one in the back here on a schedule?
Yeah, but if you jump in and then... Actually, let me park this one. Figure it out.
So we can hand mine, even just stone.
Well, actually, what I can do is I can turn off... Let me change the
Bunch of
behavior
iron
settings.
boulders.
Sorters off. X load. %.
Throw a bunch of those on.
The battery on this one is charging. It'll grab stone.
Okay.
TMS 4-7 is back, so that's the one getting uranium. Uranium is being refined. The reactors are slowly building back up.
It's an example of a company is constantly asking you to come in on Saturday equivalent and has been doing so for years to a point they expect it. If you suddenly decide to say no, the company says you are quiet quitting, even though you're just saying, I'm done making up for your failure to not have this overbearing workload that requires me to work 6 days a week. Absolutely. Rar to you too, Winter.
Yes.
That's the other half, not going above your station for no reward. Used to be you could go above and beyond and get higher promotions, but now that's just expected part of your job. Yeah. Yeah. You legit heard a story of someone getting a meets expectations on a review when they regularly worked 60 plus hours a week for a company? That is awful.
No jetpack and relative thrusters, Scarlet. Oh. You're even meaner than I am. What we should do is do no jetpack, relative thrusters, and first person only.
Ooh. You worked for companies that deserved above and beyond because they treated you right, Mr. Tin Man? That's great. You've worked for companies that turned dark and malicious and no longer deserved your time. I end those and moved on. Personally, a company that can't treat me right doesn't deserve me. Yes, a company that doesn't treat women right will no longer get your services. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay, that one's charging. TMS 4-7 is on its way to go get more uranium.
You're like the only female in your workplace, Winter? Okay. It's funny to see the reactions of people that come in. Really fair.
I'm trying to think of closest iron deposit. There is an iron mine.
I have a whole bunch. I'm just trying to...
There's one that's nearby, but the problem that it has been that this Anifricalite cruiser has been a problem.
Mm-hmm. I have... Okay, so there's iron boulders west-southwest. Might be able to get to. Bunch of iron boulders northeast, but they're like 4 kilometers away. There's an iron boulder east-northeast, 840 meters away, so that one's probably safe.
Say that.
Yeah, but there isn't as much hatred east-northeast. And it's only 800 meters away. I mean, I could imagine you were burnt out, Malloy. If the situation that Challenge has described is what you were doing, of course you'd be burnt out. Yeah, if they're willing to give you lots of like bonuses or promotions for the extra work, it might be worth it. But if they're just like, well, we expect you to have the same pay and work twice as much. No.
Yeah. Okay, stone is being pulled in.
But yeah, that is really good to hear, Mr. Tinman. It is appreciated. Because I work in tech, which is predominantly not women. And as such, can be a rough work environment.
Excuse me a moment.
Not just with your company, but with your clients or the people you interact with in that sphere.
Can you come turn on the welders?
Yeah, I'm just charging, so I did not die. Oop, this way.
Hello, T-Log.
Welcome, welcome. How are you today? You're afraid for when you get back into the job market, Malloy? It'll just happen again. I mean, maybe. Honestly. Companies can get away with a lot now.
Okay, this is fixed. Okay, let me go see. So you said there was an iron boulder.
Here, let me... What was that one? Iron boulder 4. You have your GPS ready?
Yeah, let me check if I have iron boulder 4. You don't.
Iron-
Okay, go ahead.
This is copy to clipboard. Iron boulder 4.
Iron boulder 4. Iron boulder 4,
Debating
840
first
millimeters.
person. Scarlet makes ship so much harder. I wouldn't play if it was first person only. I'm feeling nope.
We don't
I'm
want
out.
that on the server?
I'm out.
Oh, come on.
These are the lines that I draw.
Come on. Come on.
Nope.
Be more fun.
Why do pets have to get old? It's a good question, Winter. It sucks.
Whoa. Oh,
Yes, I
no.
do.
Oh, yeah.
I do
yeah.
remember that
There's
you were
no
a bus
hatred.
driver.
Yeah. No hatred. Sure.
Okay, well, I guess that's not gonna work.
Nope, there's a lot of that working. Back inside the shield.
There is no safe direction. Is this other
Oh.
miner free to use?
No, it's gathering stone and magnesium.
Okay.
So it's the only source of iron we have right now.
Okay. Great.
Park this miner up here for a minute. The Penetrous Heavy Command Carrier cruiser, combat phase now active, is currently being a pain.
Great.
Let's see if I can make it not a pain.
You had to put in a 15-hour day? A 16-hour day challenge? Wow. You got paid for it? Kids had fun? Huh. I'm working on Monday. If I was even going to accept doing that kind of field trip? Huh.
Elok says that the training wheels need to come off. For you.
For me? Ooh, what are the training wheels? Third person?
Third person.
No. No. Okay, what is angry with us right now?
I'm firing at the heavy cruiser.
Oh, I see. Dog had a weird coughing thing and couldn't breathe well. Oh. Wow. He's 13, you've had him for 12 years? Oh, that sucks. It really does.
Yes. That's threat 1.
I know, we had my family dog for 16? She was 16. And we got her when I was 5. So, when we had to put the dog down, I was like a mess. I'm still a mess over it, honestly. I have one of her dog tags on my keys. Okay, well, since we can't be helpful with the miners, we can do this by hand to hopefully get a little bit of extra help.
Laser still firing into base, the wrong direction. Fine. Low velocity. Force reload.
Super well.
Low velocity is very low velocity. Try that again. Medium velocity.
Oh my gosh. It's gonna be it sounds like it's gonna be a really rough time for all of the pets that you have, Winter. Aww.
BD-2-3s are firing at some random other thing. Wonderful. 6 focus fire.
Have I gotten... My backpack is empty as it can be. We'll get more oxygen. And we get a better...
A little bit of a weird sim speed drop.
Brilliant. Okay.
We've stopped firing.
It's quiet. Too quiet.
Yes. Let's go to the iron boulder and see if we get shot at.
I have like a dozen iron boulders, so...
Yeah. Nope, it's still alive. Get back! Get back in the shield! Shield.
Get back in the shields.
The shield, we're losing components.
Oh no. It sounds like it, Winter. I'm sorry to hear that for you and your sister.
We hit the ground, but we're in one piece.
Alright.
Bring in the miner
I
back
can
inside.
slowly send you all of the boulder coordinates that I have.
Doesn't matter. As soon as we pop out of the shield bubble, or you get shot at.
Mm-hmm. Steel Rain, hello, welcome. How are you doing today? What mode should you start with if you haven't started anywhere yet?
Ow.
Final. Any thoughts?
It's a good idea, I think, to maybe start with creative or with the survival tutorial, the vanilla tutorial, if you've never played before. Or find someone to play with and have them walk you through it. That's a little bit better. Can you turn the welders back on?
Yep, let me just drop this. To try to be helpful, I'm hand mining some stone just to get us something. Ooh, I'm doing a lot of yo-yoing.
Yeah, it's because the something's up with the sim speed.
I mean, yeah, starting the game with no mods on an Earth planet and just get an understanding of how everything works, how to build things, that's really good.
Yeah, I would say, I mean, just start a survival Earth start world. And then figure it out. That's the worst advice, best advice I think.
That's kind of how it goes. You just slowly start to figure it out.
Yeah.
There are lots of tutorials on YouTube.
Yes.
Jared has linked the Discord. So if you're interested in finding other people who can support and like playing Space Engineers, the Discord can be a place to do that. There are a lot of people who are very knowledgeable about Space Engineers who can help you out.
Splitsy's YouTube videos are still pretty good. YouTube tutorials are still pretty good. Mm-hmm. Not much has changed. The learning to survive scenario, as T-Lux mentioning in my chat, is a good one to start with, so you have an idea of where to begin. Mm-hmm. It sounds ridiculous, but it's actually not a terrible for a survival game with like lots of, I wouldn't say complex engineering, but like to most people it's complex engineering.
It's pretty complex.
For a survival game with that kind of focus or list of things, it's the learning to survive tutorial is actually pretty good. Something spawned and is attacking the Anafer carrot or cruiser.
Well, we love that.
It just exploded, I think.
The one that's been attacking us all this time?
Yeah, there's something else up here. Drop pods.
Oh, good, our favorite.
Yeah, just one.
So far.
The shrapnel flying off of the wreck as it comes down is still pretty good.
Yeah, it's a good point challenge to start without mods, even the quality of life ones, because you might not know what is going to bother you.
Yeah, and I think the other thing to remember about that too, I think, is that you won't. I don't think you. The hard thing is to recognize that you won't necessarily understand what the QOL mods or some of the QOL mods do in relation to vanilla. Stop shooting at the freaking. Drives me nuts. Oh yeah, there's still some really big guns on that carrier cruiser.
Oh, good.
Yes. More drop pods coming in. There's one gun on the light cruiser over there that is just will not die. You know what?
What?
A couple of new indirect fire guns from Eric's. They just got released the other day.
They're like more guns.
More mortars. There's an actual mortar. Starfall rocket artillery.
Oh, that's totally fair. There's
That thing is insane.
any kind of UI improvements that really make sense, but in general, it's hard to know what's going to bother you.
Yeah, some of the UI mods are good. I don't mind. I've played vanilla for so long that, or I had played vanilla for so long that I just got used to it.
The mod
Avalanche
list
Siege
there
Walker.
is what we have loaded up in this world. Wouldn't imagine you want to download a lot of these yet, but Final has been playing Space Engineers for a long time and likes playing with mods, so has a pretty good understanding of the mods that are out there and how they play nice together.
Something else to remember too is the some of the mods in there,
we
like
could get a rainbow hallway going.
some
It'll
of the mods.
offset the drab.
Some of the mods in there, like MES and stuff like that, play with vanilla weapons and vanilla blocks just fine. They don't need any special blocks or anything like that, and they're an easy way to add, more interactions, more playability, more things to try and kill you, kind of stuff.
I love the rainbow hallway. It's long too. We've already run down this. We'll just do half of it. We have a whole extensive rainbow hallway network. And then it turns and it goes all the way down there for another kilometer or two. Yeah, absolutely. Well, try the learning to survive scenario. Try playing on an Earth planet and just figure it out. Watch some YouTube tutorials. It's a trap. Not Bob. Hello. Welcome. How are you today?
This is not a small mortar.
There's Final if you want to see
a small
what he is up to.
So, let's see. You know what I might do instead? Long swords? No. Hydras, maybe? Maybe Hydras. Hydra. Let me throw a Hydra or something. somewhere.
Slightly more. Very little iron. You're good. Glad to hear it, Bob. Doing much better, thanks. The COVID is nearly gone.
Nearly.
The Rainbow Road. The Rainbow Road goes to the reactors. Rainbow Road to the reactors.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true, John. Splitsy is one of the best in the basics
No
video
space in
department for
Space
space engineers. I'm pretty sure that's how a lot of people who play space engineers learned.
The rocket artillery does sound fantastic. So I can grind down this turret that I can't really use.
Hello, Haunter of Lemons. I do love your full username, Malloy.
Your
How did you come up
inventory
with
is
Haunted
full.
Lemon Tree, if you don't mind me asking?
Okay, that's that.
Splitsy eventually led you to the Canuckies, Malloy? Look at this, the 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon, but
Yes.
with the zebra monkeys.
Yeah, really. We're currently in Paxos. I haven't seen much in the way of posts from them lately. Okay, steel. Let's put some steel in my inventory. And let's place a... We're gonna try a Hydra.
Haunted Lemon Tree is a super esoteric reference to an episode of The Simpsons. Okay. Did not clue in. Didn't watch a ton of Simpsons, though.
all of these into production. All the bits.
Oh, it's still nighttime, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I was very tempted to build the Starfall artillery, but the Starfall artillery has a ridiculous amount of components required to build it. Do like that Eric's includes things like detector components are required in her turrets and stuff. 130, this is new. Military plates? What the hell is a military plate?
You'd be impressed if someone could pin the episode. Yeah, now we have to search Simpsons episodes for spooky lemons.
Jeez.
Delicious turnip juice is referencing the same episode. I like that your usernames match. That's really cute.
Well, we need iron, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
The military plate takes iron, cobalt, and silver.
Oh.
Oh, God. Superchargers need platinum and gold.
You're from the school of Shack and Wasted Space, Brayden? It's always interesting to see how people find other people in the space engineers community.
Oh, DE. Thank you for the resubscription. Something base shield.
Welcome, DE. How are you today?
Go back in there. Go. That. So we need more iron. Is that miner still getting stone?
It doesn't look like they're going. I've
Well,
just
one
been
of them-
mining by hand.
One of them isn't. The other one should still be working. Which reminds me, and I guess I'll run down there and set it back up. Scarlet is trying to find something harder than Paradiso.
That's tough. I mean, it's not. You can definitely make it more difficult.
Yes, you can. Let's
Yeah,
go
absolutely challenge. You can learn the basics good enough. You will be unbeatable eventually. Okay, that's why you went with Haunted Lemon Tree instead of Malloy. You never expected streamers to talk to you, let alone invite you to play with them. We are happy to invite everybody to play.
Set up mining job.
What happens when you show up to one of our streams? We will all get talked to. But not from Final. He'll read your messages about 10 minutes late.
I read your messages more often than that. May not respond to them.
I will read them and then say nothing. To make this a good one-sided conversation.
Hey.
I'm doing well, DE. Glad to hear it. Having a good weekend? Okay, there's a challenge. Started at Shack, expanded to Wasted, brought you to Ball and Chain.
Okay, this one is now working on stone again.
Sure, streamers are people and like to interact just as much as viewers do. This is how Final has kept me playing Space Engineers. He's like,
Yes.
we could stream it and then you could talk to people. Like, okay.
Yep, it works.
Otherwise, I was gonna just give up on Space Engineers.
Okay,
So thank you all for making Space Engineers more fun for me.
This is fun.
I said fun for me.
You're being rude.
This is fun. Oh my gosh. The indignation.
So rude. Tired of your carp. What carp happening?
There's so much carp. I said it made it more fun. I did.
Sure.
And hello, Lucian. Welcome. How are you today?
This.
Oh, you did pumpkin patch yesterday. Very nice. 'Tis the season. You're mostly hunkering down from the smoke. It's pretty bad. I'm sorry to hear that. It hasn't been too bad here, but
You say that.
perhaps it's coming. Okay, winter started with Soviet Womble. And Sheep and Digi rated Zori, and Zori rated all y'all. There we go. It's so interesting to me how people find other people on Twitch.
Very interested.
It is.
Start a new job.
Try being a villain down and drown sometimes. Causing pain is more fun than experiencing it. I am sure that that is very nice. A unique change.
Okay.
You're somehow exhausted, Lucian, and it's your day off? I find that often is the case with a day off.
Yes.
It's like I did too many things. Now I need to sit and do 0 things.
Oh, that's a superiority cruiser.
Oh. Yes.
It's right on top of us.
Well, that's a problem.
Well, 2 kilometers away.
Right on top of us, but 2 kilometers away.
Well, it was literally right above us.
Got it. Oh. Oh!
Ooh.
Explodey.
Yep.
Wow. All right, then.
Yeah. Yeah, that hit the ground.
Oh. Yikes, DE. That sounds not fun.
Oh, it's got
Staying
a
inside
heavy.
is good. Oh, it's shooting back. Good.
It's got a heavy cannon, and it's
No.
very angry.
Runs away in mock terror to show holiday spirit. Oh, that's fun, Winter. Right? It's so interesting, the like extended communities of people.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
Something went to explode.
Very
explode.
explodey.
I don't think her shields are reloading anymore.
Haven't seen a lot of your Twitch regulars because of your schedule change, DE. I mean, that's fair. 'Cause you're starting streams either when Final and I are finishing a stream or going to bed.
Yep. Courier cruiser still alive, but not dead. All right, 30 some more of those, and then I can queue up.
Right, Molly? Super fun. Have that, like, interconnected group. Not sounding good.
It's more that some guns on the ship on the base are angry and trying to fire through the deck, which is great.
Super great.
Yeah, love it.
You randomly streamed SE on Friday night and peaked at 53 viewers at 11:30 p.m. That's very impressive. People want what the people want, and they want space engineers. Space Engineers has very dedicated viewership.
Yes. Still short on iron. Those two miners doing their thing down there?
They're moving about, yeah.
Yeah, good. Both of them are coming back at the same time. This could be bad. See them floating around down there.
Explosione. Oh, let's see. Let's see. Nope. Nope. They're good. They're good.
Oh, look at that.
Nailed it.
Nailed it. All components were successfully withdrawn.
There's a lot of hyper focus in the SC community.
Okay, rocket battery.
Yeah. I don't know, it's unique. It's a game that people probably really like to watch because there's so much you can do with it.
Okay, so we're not going to fire at that. That's fine.
How are you doing over there?
Well, you know. Having a great time.
Having a great time. I'm gonna need water.
Well, the Hydra does not want to fire indirectly, so that's great. Let's see, what do we got for control
Unique,
options?
like cocaine addiction. And I feel like, I guess, yeah, sure. SE is one of the weirdest community and game combinations out there. Oh, that's fair.
Well,
It's half the
that's gonna
time.
get.
Every single creator out there has at least one major rant about the game. Could be small things, could be big things, yeah.
There is a battle carrier out there.
That's nice.
Going the opposite. It's going away from us. It's 11 kilometers away.
Okay.
But maybe it'll be fine.
Y'all got any more of them mods? Twitches?
Always.
So many mods.
Right, well, that's not really doing what I wanted to do. Where is this other one? Starfall artillery. Okay, so superchargers need platinum to be made, so that's a problem.
Oh, good. We have, so much of it hanging around.
Oh my.
Oh my.
This thing is large.
Big gun. Woohoo.
9 by 10 by 9.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah, it's large.
Where are we going to put that?
I don't know.
We're not?
I have no idea.
I have no idea. Oh my goodness.
I don't even know what the rounds cost. Let's find out. Let's see.
Can we afford one round for this gun?
What are the Starfall ammos?
The ammos.
The ammos for the Starfall. X1 Starfall rail rocket. Platinum, uranium, gold, silver. Yeah. Nope.
Never mind.
Never mind.
Never mind. Not has.
What are you shooting at?
Going over to the superiority cruiser?
The superiority cruiser.
I said superiority,
It
but I don't
sounded
think
like you just said superiority.
The congestion clearly is not good for my enunciation. I should have a throat lozenge.
Perhaps you
Maybe
should.
that'll help. I'll get a throat lozenge. This weird, like, waxy paper. See if that'll help.
I hit the superior cruiser.
Oh, you want me to check?
No. Yeah, no, I can't. No. Can't hit the superiority cruiser. Never mind. Kander, whether or not I want to build the rocket artillery is not the issue. The fact that I can build the rocket artillery, but I don't have the resources to arm the rocket artillery is the issue.
Yeah, it's very true, Malloy. It provides an interesting combination of engineering, art, survival, and you can also have some PvP worked in there too, if that's up your alley. Then you can mod, create scenarios. You can do whatever you want. That's why I imagine such a broad audience. Oh, abomination.
Mm-hmm. I think we just blew it up.
Hold on. A death box. So, there we go. Well, we will continue on with the very exciting task of hand mining.
I don't know if you can do much of the... Hey, oh, hang on. There you go. I fixed it for you, DE.
Love this game, Bob, until something blows up you spend hours making.
I mean...
If you play a lot with Final, you will learn to let go of everything that you build. You will hold it lightly. You will not get attached.
No.
You cannot get attached.
Cannot.
It will be gone.
It will be destroyed.
What is that? It's like a very zen system of thinking about it, where you're supposed to hold things loosely.
Oh, combat phase has ended.
Oh. Congratulations.
Guess what's coming closer?
The battle carrier.
Mm-hmm. Quickly, too.
No.
I'm gonna go back upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
We might have another problem.
It is speeding on through.
Mm-hmm.
Can do another load of stone.
9-something kilometers.
Still get more iron.
$7.5.
Oh my gosh. Ah! Oh, that scared me. Thank you, Bob. I forgot how loud that one is. Ah! Woo! Are we all awake now? Whew. Whew. Oh my goodness. Just in time for our attack.
5.3 kilometers.
You're I mean, good one. That was a good scare. Oh, that's
Yep. Railguns are firing on the battle carrier.
okay. Here we go.
500s are firing. 203 flak firing.
You painted a huge tree on the wall of your rental home once, Malite? That sounds awesome. We had to paint over it when we moved out. Had some real interesting feelings about it. The impermanence of something you spend a long time working on.
This station is running low on fuel.
Yep, problem. This thing's firing those nuclear tipped rounds.
Awesome.
I think we've knocked out its shields.
No, it doesn't seem super angry at us. At this moment.
This very moment, it doesn't seem to be, no. Firing some rockets at it.
Oh dear, oh dear. Ah! No! No, 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 no! There's a dog.
This station is running low on fuel.
We're running out of uranium again.
Classic. It seems to have changed course.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, good hit.
Nice.
Field's back up.
You're just messing around with a rig, Jared. Boom. Oh, but it's falling?
Chunks of it are falling, yes.
I'm into modeling rig. Interesting. I should play The Stinking City. It's a nice, chill game I think you would like. Something tells me that it's not nice and chill. Oh my gosh. It's good that it's gonna land very close to us.
Yes, right in the lawn ornament zone.
Right in the lawn ornament zone. Okay, well, it's kind of still moving.
It's still alive. It bounced off the floor.
Hmm.
Here we go again.
And it's back. Maybe one of the other lawn ornaments will take it out.
Maybe.
Signal's gone.
We got the antenna or something on it.
It's just like limping along.
Mm-hmm.
No challenge. I think everybody was thinking it was an accurate assessment.
This station
Something else.
is running low on fuel.
Here.
It's in the sky.
Oh gosh.
This station is running low on fuel.
Huh.
We're raining shells on the target. Ooh, another big explosion over there. Another big chunk of that ship fell off.
Okay.
The artillery is now shelling.
We got a little bit of a yo-yo. If I can get a better view up here. Not really.
Oh, really?
Not really. It was better down there almost.
Alrighty.
Ooh, look at that graphic.
Missiles?
Yeah.
Yeah. It looks fun.
Yeah. Looks good.
Alright, well,
I guess there's nothing else we can do. We can wait.
let's see about this wreck. Switch targets.
The problem now is most of the wrecks that we've collected still have guns.
Yes. Need more water.
In game or in real life?
No in-game. I also need to fix something that is driving me nuts.
Code Salvage. Hello, welcome. How are you doing today? Sounds like you need an experienced salvager. Likely so.
Having an audio glitch where the plus when it's firing on my on this thing it can't shoot through sounds like the 203 is firing constantly.
Nice. Good.
It's really good. Really good.
That's really good.
Mhm.
I'm gonna see if I can run over to this iron boulder. Because right now our predicament is iron. And every time we take a miner outside, it gets shot at. So
Yep.
this isn't terribly far.
Stop it.
What? It's true. Maybe in the future with the server, we can be that professional. I was a very subpar salvager.
You were.
I broke the ships a lot.
Many times.
I broke my salvaging ships a lot. I am subpar at most things in Space Engineers.
What I think I'm going to have to do is go figure out which grid is causing the sim speed issues.
Okay. This is not an efficient method at all. But I can run some of this back.
I'm going to run downstairs and get some water.
What's the plan with the server? Well, the plan with the server is that we've had lots of folks watch us play Paradiso over the probably nearly 2 years at this point. Year and a half? 2 years of Paradiso. And people have asked about it, having a server to play a Paradiso style Space Engineers, which is a fairly difficult world.
Fairly difficult.
So we've had enough people ask for it. And Final has the interest in doing the actual setup of it. 'Cause he will be doing all of the technology for it, let's be real. But it'll also include organizing, events for it, getting people set up with it, that sort of stuff. So we've had enough people ask that we're like, all right, we could set up a server, but we're going to do it in conjunction with a Patreon because to set up a server, it costs money. And we know that we are going to have to kick in a decent amount of money to run it. So we're hoping to offset that a little bit with a Patreon.
We're calling all the miners.
Okay.
And while I'm back at it, I'm going to go and look around for mini craters.
So what will happen is that this Sunday playthrough will transition to the Paradiso that is on a server. So on Sundays, Final and I will play Paradiso. I don't think we've decided how we want to incorporate everyone else. I think we'll probably just have everybody else join us when we do events. And then Sundays will probably still just be mostly
It'll still be Paradiso,
Final and I.
the two of us, though it may be that there are other people there or around. We're playing or doing other things.
Yeah, other people can be there, but we probably won't have everybody else on audio.
Yeah. But at the same time, we might all be in the same faction.
Yeah.
We haven't fully fleshed out that particular part yet, but it may be that we have lots of folks on and playing. We're not, and to make it clear as well, we're not looking for minions. That's not what we're looking to do here. We're looking for, if people
Other
want to play
people to hang out.
if people want to play on the server, they can play on the server. That's what they want to do. This might be part of the problem. It looks like it's been there for a while.
Because
yeah.
we're still going to do what we're doing, which is try to get to space.
Yep. And Paradiso will be hard. So expect difficulty.
Yeah. A flyby of a gunship knocking out a big ship while you're streaming, but not necessarily a person. Your call that you can coordinate that strike kind of deal. Perhaps. Because we anticipate more people will want to play on the server while we're streaming, which is totally fine. We'll just have to make sure the server can handle it.
Yeah, that's the other thing, too. I did get the software that I needed. I haven't had a chance to set it up yet. I might do that later tonight or tomorrow. See if I can get the
because we do have a
test
day
server
off
up and
tomorrow.
running. Yeah.
So you could do that.
Still haven't figured out what grid might be causing the issues. Not really seeing any grids that are embedded in the ground. So we're talking
I
about.
don't know. But there's something that's kicking up a fuss.
There is one miner who is consistently drilling further and further into
Oh my
the
gosh,
center of the
it's still
planet.
going to the center of
It's still going.
its journey to the center of the planet.
Yeah. If you're looking for a doom hole, I have that for you.
I kind of want to jump into it.
Well,
I'll get rid of all my good tools. I'll save
ooh,
them, and I'll jump
this
into the
might
doom
be
hole.
it. Why are you stuck? Or is it just because you shouldn't have spawned down here?
What if you build a big ship and just crash it into you while you're streaming? I mean, it could happen. I will suggest not, just because of the number of guns that Final will build.
Yes.
We have a lot of wrecks around us that did not do well.
That might be part of the problem. That fix the sim speed? A little bit.
Get tomorrow off. Well, it's Thanksgiving in Canada.
Yes, Canadian Thanksgiving.
But
Canadian
we are
Turkey
not
Day.
Thanksgivinging because we do not want to get family sick with COVID.
Yes.
I don't know if we're contagious at this point anymore, but we're like, better not.
Probably better not to find out.
Better not to find out. So we're going to roast a chicken.
Yes. Hmm.
So that means that Final is spared from having to say what he's thankful for this year at the table, which is my mother's favorite.
Oy.
Everyone has to say one thing that they're thankful for. Does everybody else's parents do that? It's very challenging. If someone with a gunship is online, and you're getting harassed. You think they're going to leave that opportunity behind? Absolutely. I understand. That's totally fine. And thanks, Malloy.
What?
What? Uh-oh.
This is an interesting scene.
Where are you?
I'm in spectator camera. I was cleaning up some things.
Oh, I see.
I found something that was interesting. Amusing to
Okay.
watch.
Okay. Is Indigenous Peoples / Columbus Day in the States?
Yes.
Code salvage. Roasting a chicken is your mother was turned into nuggets.
Let's go see if it's still
Canadian
happening.
Thanksgiving. Do you all shotgun maple syrup?
No. You
Ass up. No.
want to come with me?
Yeah. It's slow
Momentarily.
going. Every like 2 seconds, I have a bit of a pause.
Yeah, it's the sim speed.
We'll just eke our way along.
There's a little friend for you.
Uh-oh. Gun. Ah! No.
It's just going around in circles.
It's just going around in circles.
I think it's trying to get to the engineer, but I don't think it knows how.
Oh dear. Uh-oh. No, 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 no! Oh, okay. It's dead now.
It is dead now. The
It's
base
dead.
decided to save you from that.
Oh no. Oh.
Skook would love that.
Oh my gosh. I think that one's going on your YouTube. You can make a short. Finally.
No, my space engineer's glitched out.
Oh, you didn't get to see it?
No.
Aw, that would have been a perfect short.
Something's up.
You want to imagine that, no, though, Bob, that we all do a shot of maple syrup? Oh gosh. A breakdancing spider. It's true, Helios. Spinning on its head.
Yes.
Oh, it's funny. Picklebeard's favorite. We got a few panic scream moments today.
We did. Well, should we go visit the human storage?
I think you're done for today.
Well, you're the one who schedules a phone call immediately after the stream ends.
But like there's been too many glitches.
Well, that's the glitches, yes.
There's a
that's
lot
part
of
the
glitches
problem.
today. And you're still coughing a lot, so you made it though. You made it.
Yes. We got some progress done on the ship, but not
We
enough.
did, and then we ran out of iron.
Yes.
We were just getting so used to having so much scrap. But we
Yes.
haven't collected scrap for a long time.
Because we don't have any ships that can collect scrap anymore, because they all get destroyed.
Because they all get destroyed. So this leaves us in a predicament.
Yes.
Someone take away the syrup from Uncle Joe. He's had too much.
Well, folks, as we get further and further along, we're having a hard time keeping the progress up on the ship. We might just have to rush out of here anytime soon. If you want to see that, or if you enjoyed what you saw today, make sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you here next time.